Welcome to today's video. In this lecture, we will explore the topic, What is Feminism? History and Types. Feminism is a social, political, and intellectual movement that advocates for equality between men and women. As Charis Cramaret beautifully said, feminism is the radical notion that women are people. Origin of the term. The term feminism first appeared in France during the late 19th century. It was popularized by French philosopher Charles Fourier in 1837, who used it to describe advocacy for women's rights. Early feminist thinkers. One of the earliest voices of feminism was Mary Wollstonecraft, who lived between 1759 and 1797. In her famous work, A Vindication of the Rights of Woman, published in 1792, she argued for women's education and equality. First wave feminism. The first wave of feminism, from 1848 to 1920, focused mainly on women's suffrage, property rights, and education. A major milestone was the Seneca Falls Convention in the United States, led by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan A. Anthony. Achievements of First Wave. This wave achieved remarkable success, including the right of American women to vote in 1920 through the 19th Amendment. In Britain, women gained voting rights in 1918, with full equality achieved by 1928. The second wave feminism. The second wave emerged in the 1960s and lasted until the 1980s. Its focus was on workplace rights, reproductive rights, and sexuality. A famous slogan from this era was, "The personal is political." Key figures included Betty Friedan, author of The Feminine Mystique, and activist Gloria Steinem. Achievements of Second Wave. Among its major achievements were the Equal Pay Act of 1963 in the United States, debates on abortion rights, and wider access to higher education for women. Third wave feminism. The third wave of feminism from the 1990s to the early 2010s emphasized diversity, individuality, and intersectionality. Scholars such as Rebecca Walker and Judith Butler highlighted gender identity, race, and class as essential feminist concerns. This wave amplified minority women's voices, included LGBTQ+ rights, and expanded feminism beyond Western boundaries. Fourth wave feminism. Today, we're living in the fourth wave of feminism, beginning around 2010. This wave uses digital activism and social media to raise awareness. Movements like #MeToo have brought global attention to issues of sexual harassment, body shaming, and online abuse. Key theories in feminism. Feminism is not a single ideology, but a collection of theories. The most influential include liberal feminism, radical feminism, Marxist or socialist feminism, and intersectional feminism, coined by Kimberlé Crenshaw in 1989. Liberal feminism. Liberal feminism seeks equality through laws and policies. Thinkers like John Stuart Mill, in his 1869 work, The Subjection of Women, strongly advocated for equal rights within a democratic framework. Radical feminism. Radical feminists argue that patriarchy itself is a system of oppression that must be dismantled. Scholars such as Andrea Dworkin and Catherine McKinnon emphasized women's oppression in sexuality and law. Marxist or socialist feminism. Marxist and socialist feminism link women's oppression to economic inequality and capitalism. Friedrich Engels, in his 1884 work, The Origin of the Family, Private Property, and the State, explained how economic systems influence gender relations. Intersectional feminism. Introduced by Kimberlé Crenshaw, highlights how different forms of oppression, such as race, class, and gender, intersect and shape women's experiences differently. Global feminism expands the focus to women's struggles in developing countries, addressing issues such as child marriage, honor killings, and lack of access to education. Organizations like UN Women and Amnesty International play a major role in supporting these causes. Criticisms of feminism. Despite its achievements, feminism has also faced criticism. Some argue it is a Western agenda or that it divides men and women. However, feminists emphasize that their ultimate goal is equality and justice for all genders. In conclusion, feminism has evolved through multiple waves, each addressing unique social issues, from education and voting rights to digital activism and intersectionality. Feminism continues to shape societies worldwide. Now, let me ask you, which wave of feminism do you believe is the most influential in today's world? Share your thoughts in the comments.